I've been pretty quiet this week. Not because things are bad, actually quite the opposite. Today marks 25 years that I've been clean and sober, and I've just been sitting with that. 25 years ago, my wife and I were in Wickenburg, Arizona. That's where I got sober, and that's where this all began. When I got honest about where I was, the picture wasn't pretty. I had lost my career, my marriage was in bad shape, and I was the last one to realize it because I was too consumed with myself to see the damage I had done. I had decimated just about every important thing in my life. But here's what I can tell you about the man I was. I didn't care about anybody but myself. I was selfish to the core, manipulative, I was never wrong, I knew everything, and I was completely blind to all of it. And one thing I knew for sure, I never wanted to be that man again. But my wife stayed, and we made a commitment to each other that we were going to figure it out. You know, the hard part wasn't getting sober. The hard part was facing what was underneath. The character flaws that I couldn't fix myself. The slow daily realization that I didn't have the power in and of myself to change me. I didn't know how to be a good husband. I didn't know how to be a good father. I didn't know how to be a good brother. I didn't know how to lead people or to work for someone else for that matter. But what God did was He put men in my life who were examples of everything that I lacked. And I watched them. And I learned, and I believed He orchestrated every single one of those relationships. Then came kids and the business and all of it, the hard years, the good years, the years where I didn't know if we were going to make it, all of it. And as I look back, if it wasn't for God's faithfulness, I honestly don't think we'd be standing here today. You know, this week, my wife and I are sitting in a house that's gone quiet. Both daughters have moved out. My son is mostly gone. You know, he's living his life. And we looked at each other and realized it's just us again for the first time in a long time. And I kept thinking about Joshua. You know, when God brought Israel through the Jordan, He told them to pull 12 stones from the riverbed and stack them up. Not to build anything, just to mark it. So that when their kids asked what those stones meant, they could say, God brought us through here. You know, 25 years is a stack of stones, and I'm not going to let today pass without naming it. You know, God has been faithful. Every hard thing that He walked me through became the foundation of something better. Everything I couldn't fix in myself, He used. Every man He put in my path, He sent. 25 years, you know, there's not a day that goes by that I take any of this for granted. And I'll tell you this, it went by fast. 25 years felt like nothing. So if you're sitting in something today that you know that needs to change, don't wait, because you'll blink and it'll be 25 years from now. And you'll either be looking back at what God did or wondering what could have been.